Impetuosity. Welcome to Impetuosity. I'm your host, Christian Miller. If you're not familiar with the show, why would you be?
Yeah.
Right. This is an improvised podcast where we invite a special guest to have a free-form conversation, and then we move on to do a narrative improv that is one continuous story rather than unconnected scenes. Oftentimes, well, I don't know if I would say oftentimes, with the intention of incorporating things that came up in the free-form conversation.
If we manage to pull it off.
Right.
We
so,
did once, I
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled off
It's better
one
to
thing.
set
One
high
reference,
expectations.
yes.
Oh, wait, no. We should set low expectations.
Yes.
And that way we
One
can...
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As with me, as usual, we have Nick Boyer and Mike Chen, who
Good
are
evening. Good evening.
Hello.
my colleagues in the thrilling bronze medalists. And in addition, today we have a very special guest. You may know him as from the increasingly popular Chemistry Goes Viral Instagram account.
Wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, we've got
So,
a famous person in
That's
our
right.
midst.
Please welcome Bill Miller.
Hello.
Bill.
Yes.
Hey, Bill.
How you doing?
Are you two
Glad to be
related?
here.
Bill Miller, Chris Miller, no relation.
No, yeah.
Not that we
Really?
Two related. maybe.
No, we are brothers. We are 2 years apart. One of us was born on October 3rd.
Right. That's
That was
me.
Bill. We were talking earlier, and
I was born on October 2nd.
and I was born on October 23rd. So I'm sort of like the bridge between you two.
Are you a
Two
Scorpio
and three.
or are you a Libra?
I'm a cusp. So I
Explains a lot.
You've got one claw.
I got
of
Libra
No
balance.
idea what it explains.
That's right.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
you kind of like either balance things or bite things.
Exactly.
Well, this is an epic moment because you are our first official guest. We've so far just been interviewing each other, and so this is a
Thank
big
you,
step
yeah.
forward for us. So
It's kind of nerve-wracking
Yeah.
to have someone else here.
the heat is on.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your
Tell us about
Instagram
chemistry.
account,
Yeah,
Chemistry
tell us about
Gone Viral.
chemistry gone viral.
I could tell you way too much, I'm afraid.
well? So how do you use Chemistry Goes Viral?
All right. So I teach chemistry at a community college, and my students who know a lot more about memes and reels and probably even what they're actually called. So they take a class with me, and one of the projects is to memeify, reelify topics in chemistry for education or fun or whatever they want. And so some of them do. So one of my favorite memes, which is "do." No, what is it? Huh. That's what it is.
Obviously, one of your favorites.
Yes, definitely. No.
So
and-
H-O?
What? H-U-H?
H-U, yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Do you not know that?
I don't know.
So that was one that first came up, and I was like, you have to make that, students make that into a meme.
Okay.
And it's just, so you say something. Yeah, I don't even know how it works because I'm not supposed to.
Probably
but
the
my
best
students
way to
do.
learn about this is to go to the Instagram account, Chemistry Goes Viral.
Yes.
Yeah, so pull it up right now on your phone and you can follow along. But is this
So-
is that a molecule? You're talking like H-O something? And then they
No, it's just,
Oh.
so, huh is,
We're trying
Please-
to understand.
Keep the spittle off the microphone covers, please.
somebody says something that you don't understand.
Uh-huh.
And you go,
like
huh?
something
huh?
chemistry related.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
So we were
huh?
reading too much into it. Nick
Okay.
and I were looking for molecules.
So it would just be some chemistry thing, and then the response is, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly, yes.
All right.
So benzene.
Huh?
Okay. All right. I get it. That's nice.
And originally it was for a specific chemistry concept. Would you like to educate our listeners about what that was?
Chirality. So things that are chiral, like hands, because molecules are chiral too.
Okay. In what way are hands chiral?
Like, is it reflected across a plane or a...
I am so glad you asked.
See?
Okay,
This
okay.
is why we
Okay.
have
All right. Yeah. So chiral means hand in Greek.
Oh, okay.
So that's the first thing.
That
And then,
helps.
like chiropractor,
Ah.
hand manipulation. Or hand.
Okay.
And hands. So hands are not the same, but
Uh-huh.
they're mirror images of each other.
Okay.
So chiral things are non-superimposable mirror images. So you can't make
Can't
one
go
hand
like
into
this.
the other,
But you can go like this.
but they are mirror images. And there are molecules
cool.
like that.
All
and in
right.
fact, all of DNA is made up of molecules that are chiral. And DNA.
Wow.
Anyway, so
Okay. Man, I'm just
See?
my brain. I just felt my brain get a little bit bigger, and my headphones have gotten a little bit tighter.
Come for the comedy, stay for the
Yeah.
science education. It's the best way is to trick people
Fantastic.
into it.
well, so and nobody takes any of my classes for fun. I will say that. No, it's all required.
Okay.
So
All right.
Even
Well, this
even though the assignment is pretty fun, actually.
we try and have a good
Okay, maybe
time.
not.
No, but
I would say that fun and learning are chiral. They are mirror images of each other
Yes.
that are not superimposable.
not at all.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, this has all been fun.
But now,
Now we actually have to get to the
Get to
actual
work.
interview. So you need to select a number between 1 and 200, and we will find out what your random question is.
137.
great number.
That's a good number.
That would be the
Chiral
death, the
of
death of Phoenix.
730.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You actually know that
Yeah,
number too?
Jean Grey dies in X-Men 137.
Okay.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Every freaking episode, Nick is gonna pull out another X-Men exact number.
Ladies
That's a
and
huge
gentlemen.
issue. That's an giant issue.
Yeah.
This
It's a double
is
size.
unprecedented.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not a super esoteric question that
What is chiral?
are difficult.
Does it say?
Well,
If it
yeah,
says what is
it is,
chiral, I'm
right.
just
No,
gonna
it
believe
didn't
it.
know. But it just so happens that, being my brother, this is going to be a very interesting question to answer. So question is, what is the best gift your parent ever gave you? So now we can compare, and I can see if they liked you better than me.
Wow. Best gifts. Well, so it So because the first thing I think of is actual.
Interpret it however you want.
All right.
It can be a
Gift of life.
literal, physical,
Right, yeah,
metaphysical.
it's
Gift of chirality.
Yeah.
Pretty important. Here, hands. They
Mhm.
gave me, because this is one of the things that, like, on my syllabus for my chemistry class, I go through a little bit of history, which is what you're supposed to do these days, to let the students know who you are. And I do talk about a gift from each of our parents.
No way.
Yeah.
So this is
Wow.
part of your class.
All right.
Okay.
I don't-
See,
I don't-
this is
Yeah, I don't use the word gift necessarily, but I'd say I got this from this one and this, and so my mom,
our mom.
our mom, my mom,
As far as we know.
your mom,
She's my mom too.
patience, and my dad work ethic.
Chris is making a face.
Did
Did you make a face for work
or-
ethic too?
no,
Patience, you made a face for.
No, I patience. I think we could. I can agree. I can get on board with patience and definitely work ethic. I mean, Dad was a hard worker. He
made us
some-
work hard.
Yes.
There were no choices there.
I mean, I don't know how
Was it
deep
a
we want to
gift?
go here.
Did it feel like a gift? Did it feel like a gift to you?
Well, when he was coming home at 9:00 at night every night, I mean, he worked hard. Did not have a great marriage, and
no,
so it's hard to But we'll take the.
But he gave you two boys a good work ethic that is
Yeah, no.
showing up right here.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
fact
we-
that we're
We
Right.
doing this podcast.
volunteering to work on this podcast.
on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, so work ethic, and how have you applied that in your life?
So chemistry goes viral. I do not have to do these things. I choose to, and to help my students.
And from my conversations with you, you take the teaching part very seriously, unlike a lot of faculty members. And so
I try to. I try and make chemistry fun too. By the way,
It's not only is it viral, it's fun.
it's yeah.
How many
Eh.
followers does your account have?
That's right. Well, let me
That's
see.
a very
I have-
private question.
I have
You-
14 students.
He's counting on his
Okay.
hands right now, ladies and gentlemen.
like I said, this is why in the beginning I said increasingly popular, because as long as it's more than 0,
It's
that's
more than
increasing.
us, so
Yeah.
we
That's.
can.
I think that's where the patience comes in.
Yes.
And you did make a face when he said patience. So
I mean, I don't. Patience
Yes, I think there's another word which is no. So there's another. It's close to that. I feel like it's like.
Is it chiral to patience?
Forbearance. I can't think. I can't. Let me. If I will be patient because I think. Do you guys answer the question too, or is it just me?
Yeah, we'll just
right, so come back.
We've got all night
please,
here.
Yes. Yeah. Don't filibuster here.
Yes.
So
pass. The password is patience.
And all right, so that's sort of the emotional. What about just materialistic? What's the best gift?
Light blue, powder blue, Schwinn 10 speed.
Oh yeah, because
that came up pretty quickly. That was like right there.
No, as soon as it popped into my head.
Yeah. Okay.
I got the bright orange Schwinn 10 speed, which I think was much better.
Okay, guys, calm down now.
Now
let's just put it this way. We do still joke. My mom really likes to pull out the Mother's Day cards that I would always sign as from son number 2.
Aww.
True story.
We should mention Bill is older than me. Yes. If we didn't, I don't know if we'd covered that.
So you meant in age, you don't mean in ranking.
No,
he meant both.
I meant ranking.
Yeah,
okay.
there are deep wounds here.
Oh yeah, no.
From your lesser offspring. Okay. Is that true? Are you better than him?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there are certain deep seated. He might not even know this. I don't know. Like,
oh yeah, bring it out.
I'm 2 years younger.
Okay.
And just naturally, if you're 2 years younger, first of all, I would never, like, there were times where I was aged up in order to, like, Little League.
This is exactly what I was thinking.
So on our Little League team.
We're chiral here.
Yes. On our Little League team, I was 2 years younger. Yeah. I mean, I was good. I was always good at sports, but I was never as good as him. But again, 2 more years of, physical development, practice, things like that.
Yeah.
When Dad would take us to play golf, I was the one who eventually threw my fucking clubs because I could not be as good as him.
And you guys, so how they do like Little League teams, right? There's only 2 years, like 10 and 11 year olds. Right. And Chris was put on my team
as a third grader,
as a 9-year-old.
That was for 4th and 5th graders, and I was a third grader on the team. Everyone is just gargantuan, and because Dad didn't want to drive to 2 separate practices.
He was our coach,
assistant coach, because Mike Engel was our coach.
Right. Okay. Right. Assistant coach, but he was one practice.
Yes, and
utilitarian.
And of course, Mike Engel was the coach that when I, as a younger child, was afraid of all the balls being rocketed at me. It's probably like 60 miles an hour. It's not even that fast.
Yeah, but it's a baseball.
But at 8 or 9 or whatever, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad would say, if you jump out of the way of the ball, Mike Engel's practice is that he ties you to the backstop and everyone throws baseballs at you until you're no longer afraid of them.
This was a different era than it is now.
I was gonna say this is some pretty old school parenting right there.
Yes, exactly.
Lots of coaching, lots of yelling. Lots of,
lots of belittling. Like probably the proudest moment of mine, and I think this was after you moved up, and I was actually in the grade that I was supposed to be. I was in 4th grade, and I was still on Mike Engel's team. I was playing shortstop, and the guy hit the ball, and there was a guy on second. The guy hit the ball, line drive, hits me in the face. Mm-hmm. I fall down, and then they hold the runner at third, and as I'm limping up, like crying over to the bench, the coach goes, well, at least the run didn't score.
Yeah, that is old school.
Yeah,
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, no. Well, we hope all of our listeners are contacting their early childhood sibling-related traumatic memories, and it's opening up a lot for everyone.
Yeah, baseball is just the worst. It's the worst sport for children.
Yeah,
it's so terrible. But all these wonderful
Good
memories.
thing you got a sense of patience, though.
Yeah. And
I did. Well, what did you get though?
What did I?
From our parents.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'd say that I think that the work ethic. I think mom, more than she necessarily lets on, is also very curious. Like she used to like to read a lot. She used to watch a lot. She used to know a lot. Like for someone who grew up in the English public school system and I think dropped out fairly early as you can, and then moved to the U.S. to be a nanny. Like no formal education. She always knew a lot. Like she was always very smart. And so I think that was something that I got. Let's move on to our panel here. What have you guys received from your parents?
I'll say I think I was in maybe 8th or 9th grade, and I wanted a stereo system for Christmas. And my mom and stepdad got me a stereo system with an amp and a CD player and a record player.
Oh, wow.
And it was like
Like
components. It was a set of components. Speakers.
Was it all one brand? Or
it was all one brand. It was like a set.
Okay. Like a JVC or a...
It was Technics, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But it was good, and it like lasted me for a long time. And it was a big ask that I made, and it Santa delivered. So thanks, Mom. Rest in peace.
Did it come with any albums, or did
No,
you have to...
but I became a renter of a lot of CDs from the library.
Okay, I see.
And because I worked at the library, I got a whole bunch of LPs when they were getting rid of their LPs in the late 80s.
Oh, wow.
So I had
Very nice.
a lot of records.
You didn't hold on to those, did you? Those
No,
LPs?
I ended up selling them.
Yeah, because those could be worth a lot. Well, like my brother held on to all of our old LPs. So mine, my sisters, my brother ended up with all of them. And so he's got them all in his basement, all arrayed, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you can flip through them.
How about for you,
I
Mike?
just say, Mike, you seem to be delaying the inevitable.
Oh, well, the first thing that popped into my mind is just like, pure materialism, because I remember one Christmas getting...
Oh, I thought you were saying that you received pure materialism.
Oh, yeah. No, I did. Yes. My parents...
You know what? My mom made me real capitalist,
Yes,
and I love
she
stuff.
did. Absolutely. Yes, as an immigrant, she taught me to love name brands and money. But besides that, she also... There was one Christmas where I remember I got this, and I don't think I asked for this, but they must have just found, this huge... It was like an aircraft carrier, and it had little planes on it that you could shoot with were basically slingshots. Is that what it's called? A slingshot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I had a word kind of freeze there for a second. So I basically had this giant slingshot that I could like shoot my brother with, and it was just this really, really cool toy.
Nice. How old were you?
I don't remember. I was anywhere
37.
I was probably I would guess 8 or something like that, because that kind of level of toy, but being that excited about it, like that sounds like 8-ish.
And are you an older or younger brother, or both?
I was a younger brother. So
Son number 2.
Yeah.
So weapons are important then, as the younger.
Yeah, I just like to name the like slightly emotionally heavy tone as we're recollecting our childhood inheritances and gifts and experiences. There's just something in the field here that just feels a little like, little heavy.
Oh, all right. Then we should lighten things up.
Maybe it's the echo, because we are in a different place. We're in a different room with a different ambiance.
Yeah.
It's getting real.
That's question 137 for you.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you very much. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to get a suggestion for a location, also based on a number that you pick out. Don't worry. You don't have to come up with something creative. And so, we'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We won't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Huh? Not again.
Well, it was your idea to bring the chemistry class into the house. Now we've got to feed all these kids.
And these kids are really hungry.
Mom, Dad, I want something to eat.
Well, you know what I'll have to do? I'm going to have to get out the string cheese helper.
Ooh, string cheese. Yay.
How can I help you today?
Hey, string cheese, we've got a whole chemistry class of hungry kids, and I don't know what to feed them.
It's easy. You just put a very large chunk of cheese in the top of me, and I'll just extrude these convenient little string cheeses for every person to have their own.
Okay, well, let's get this. Oh, here's a block of mozzarella.
That's a big one.
And I just can shove it right into the top like this?
Yeah, just push this button right here.
Okay, here goes.
And here you go, Bill.
Thanks, string cheese man.
Keep chewing, keep chewing. I'm going to turn this thing up to high.
Oh, help, help.
Slow me down now. Thank you. Thank you. I can also be used with chocolate and tofu.
Wow, string cheese, you're a lifesaver.
Anytime.
I love you, string cheese man. Welcome back to Impetuosity. Hope you enjoyed the ad, and that you will.
Hope you had a snack.
Yes, we hope that you will patronize our sponsors to keep us
And condescend to.
to keep us in all the big money that we're getting for this.
Thank you.
Podcast. Yeah.
Thank you to all of you.
So now that the interview is over, we are going to move on to the narrative improv portion of the podcast. We are going to tell one continuous story rather than unconnected scenes. We're going to think about possibly trying to incorporate
we will. We'll do that.
We'll do it.
Because
I have
we are
great
professionals.
confidence.
My
Exactly.
intention is to do better with names this time. We've had some name difficulty in the previous.
Thanks, Lloyd. That's a good goal to have.
Yeah, so we'll see how we do.
So, but in order to help us in our storytelling, just to remind you, for those who are new, we use three sound effects to move us about in time and space. The first of which is if we need to find out how something came to be, then we can go into the past with this into the past sound effect. So now we're in the past, we're learning how something came to be. Oh, now we need to go back to our present, or from the present go into the future. That sound effect will take us into the future. But sometimes we're just moving in space and not time. So in order to cut to a different scene, or that's meanwhile, then we have this meanwhile sound effect. Now we're over there. Wow. All right. So past, present, future. Everyone gets it. Correct?
It's
All
just
right.
like chemistry.
All right. So before leaving, our special guest gave us a number from our big list of locations. He said number 74, and number 74 is the cold storage facility at a chicken farm. So we take you now to the cold storage facility at a chicken farm.
Tim, how many times have I got to tell you, you gotta wear your jumpsuit when you're back here? You're gonna be back here for 5 hours. We gotta wear something warm.
But those jumpsuits just they don't do anything for my form. Like I'm not just here to mangle chicken parts and deliver them to needy hungry consumers, but also to maybe find a wife.
Tim, we're in a chicken factory in the back storage room. Where the heck do you think you're going to meet a wife in here? And besides, like, I mean, what do you wear? What are you even wearing right now? I mean, what is that?
It's a thong, and
Oh my God.
I have one of those little crop top jackets, but I've been told that it really accentuates my hips and my shoulders.
Okay, Tim, you look good, but it's just really inappropriate. Is all I'm saying. It's just really inappropriate.
It's not my fault. My astrologist told me that I really needed to focus on this.
Again with the astrology.
So what you're saying is if I don't get a wife, I'm going to die.
Well, the way that I'm seeing this horoscope is that it is looking definitely like it's either wife or death.
What? Wife or death? Oh my God! But
Wife, death.
But I
it's
work
right
in a-
on the edge. I can't figure out if it's wife or death.
I work in a cold facility that doesn't like. What am I like?
You
how
have
am
to find a wife there as quickly as possible.
Oh God! Well, I think
Or it could be death.
Well, I got just the outfit for it. So you see, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Tim, I keep telling you, these astrologers, they're just taking your money. I mean, geez, what did this astrologer tell you? Put a thong on and you're going to meet someone at the cold storage facility with the chickens? Is that what they said?
Look, otherwise I might die.
Excuse me, Tim. Donald, can I get approval on this invoice, please?
Yeah, okay. All right, Jack.
Oh,
Here we go.
hey.
Here we go. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, Jake.
Tim,
Did you?
put some clothes on, dude.
Well, how's your sister Tiffany? Is she still at the front desk?
Yeah? What about her? She's a nerd.
Well, but does she like people with thongs?
Does she like people with thongs? I don't know. She wears thongs all the time around the house. It's disgusting.
Well, I wonder if maybe you could set me up on a date with her.
I'm not setting anybody up on a date with my sister.
Okay, well, then.
I mean, unless you give me some like really valuable properties in our ongoing Monopoly game.
All right, how about Tennessee Avenue?
And
B&O Railroad?
Tennessee and B&O and $220, and I will set you up on a date.
Done. I mean, because if I don't gotta get a wife soon, I'm gonna die.
So, sis, listen. I made this deal, and you got to go out with this dude who works about him at Back and Packing.
Oh, for God's sakes, Jake. I mean, my God, it's just like, do you think I have time for this? I mean, my Dungeons and Dragons game on Tuesday. I have my Magic the Gathering game on Wednesday. I have my cosplay group on Thursday. I don't have time to
Listen. I got Tennessee Avenue and B&O Railroad. I mean, this is it's a pretty good deal. So just go and, you don't have to like him. You just have to go out and have a coffee with the dude.
Well, sure. Okay, so your Monopoly game is obviously going really great. What's in it for me?
Well, let's see. In our ongoing Shoots Candyland game, I could let you draw 2 times in a row.
Keep talking.
And the next time that you get a go back to Gingerbread House, you can give it to me and I'll take it.
Okay, fine. Who is this guy?
His name's Tim.
I'm actually standing right here. I don't know if you saw me. I was behind your brother, but
Oh yeah, I didn't know if you were.
All right, I'll see you later. I gotta go get an invoice approved.
Gosh, okay.
all right. So
Hi, how you doing?
we'll go out Friday night.
Sure.
So I think it might be that you need to really consider a move to London, or maybe it's Arizona.
London or Arizona? That's a big difference.
It's right on the edge between London and Arizona. I can't tell.
So I have to have. Oh, you know what? I bet you that I could take her. I know what the problem is. You were seeing that London
Wait a
Bridge that
minute.
was dismantled and
Wait a
taken
minute.
to Arizona.
It is connected to the Wife and Death T-Square junction.
So I have to.
If you get married, go to London, and if you're going to die, do it in Arizona.
Well, I mean, Arizona is pretty warm this time of year, and I just can never get warm after all the time in the processing facility. But I would be dead. I guess I'm going to have to get married and go to London. Oh, God.
One more thing. The ring should be a ruby.
Okay.
Can I get these invoices approved, please, Donald? I got about 65 plastic bag invoices here, and I also got some phone bills.
Yeah, sure, Jake. Oh, geez. You got all this Monopoly money. Oh, it's all up in this invoice here. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my banking system organized and also deal with the invoices at the same time.
And this, is this a hotel? Here. Just take it.
That's what I was. I actually thought that Tim had taken my hotel off of Pacific.
Okay. All right. These chickens are just. I don't know. This crowd and these chickens, it's gonna drive me to the hen house, I tell you.
Oh, well, I got you here. You think you could approve these time off requests that Tim's put in?
All right. I was like, wait, what the heck are these things? What are they, like? All these little strips with colors on? What is this, like? Part of another kind of game? What, you got like all these game pieces and everything that you're giving me here? I'm signing game pieces.
Listen, Tim is requesting some time off, and I'm just delivering the paperwork. So don't hit Jake over the head with your anger button, please.
Yeah, don't do that. It's me, Tim. I was hiding behind Jake. You couldn't see me, I don't think, but I'm here.
And what the heck is this? This looks like a star chart or something. What the heck? What am I looking at here? This is
that I got that from the astrologer. It's basically my future. I have to marry Jake's sister.
What is this skull and crossbones thing?
Wait, you have to marry my sister?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the astrologer said I have to marry your sister and take her to London.
I thought you just had to marry somebody.
Well, I mean, she's my only prospect, man.
Okay, well, all right, it's your turn. Go ahead, draw a card. You're the worst Magic the Gathering player I've ever played with.
Okay, well, how about I got an idea. So I've got the Wizard of Wonderland.
Yeah. But before you play him, you've got to set up your mana field. Come on.
Okay, well, I didn't want to do this right this way, but it just so happens that maybe you would look at this card. Oh yes, sorry.
What the heck is this?
Is
this a ring?
It is.
Is this like candy? Is this
like
a red candy?
I want you to marry me
like
and take me to London, and we'll be the happiest people ever, and I'll be alive.
Are you freaking kidding me right now? You just handed me a candy ring, and you're proposing with a candy ring on a magic card?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union of Tim and Cindy in the eyes of God and our community. Cindy,
okay, let me just hang on for 1 second. Okay, so the agreement is, of course, that...
Excuse me, can we not do this in front of everybody? Come on, hey, join me over here in the nave.
Okay, so you filled the van with the full deck of season 2023 of Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got all those wigs I wanted from that Japanese wig manufacturer.
And I got you the all-encompassing backstage passes at Harry Potter's Wizarding World outside of London.
Okay, and then,
that's our honeymoon.
And then let me see that catalog of thongs you got again there.
Yes, here you go.
Okay. All right, so
I'm very sorry to interrupt, but everyone's waiting. Are you guys ready to go through with the ceremony?
Will you do the honor of making me the most alive husband in London in the world?
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Padre.
All right, here we go. Padre. Let's go back into the altar.
Yeah.
Dearly beloved, we're really gathered here together this time for a serious wedding between Tim.
Tim, no last name. My name is Tim, no last name.
No last name?
No, Tim, no last name.
Oh, what's the national origin of that?
Belarusian.
Belarusian.
Yeah,
very good.
My Belarusian and Scottish.
I'm keeping my name.
Claire.
That's my name.
Cindy.
I'm keeping my name.
Cindy.
Father, are you drunk?
I'm sorry.
Tiffany.
I'm sorry.
Tiffany,
I've done a lot of weddings, and I have a problem with names.
Tiffany, Cindy.
Tiffany, Cindy. I'm keeping my name.
Tiffany Cindy. Okay.
Tiffany Cindy. I'm keeping no.
I'm keeping
She's
the
in-
name. I'm keeping my
You're
name.
not changing your name.
No.
I'm not,
Her name is
I'm keeping
Tiffany
my name.
Cindy.
I'm
I'm keeping my name.
A marriage is a sacred bond between a man and a woman, and possibly other combinations are contemporarily allowed. We've come here together to bless Tim and Cindy on their journey, and we'd like to open it up now for personally written vows. Cindy, you're first.
I'm okay with this if it keeps you alive, and I also will stipulate to sections 8 through 25, which I won't reiterate here, but you know what I'm talking about.
And thank you, Cindy. And Tim, your vows?
Oh, Tiffany Cindy, I really, really admire you, and I think that you look great in those thongs, and I don't understand any of the games that you play, which is why you always win, which is one of the reasons that I think you love me so much. But I just really want to be alive, and and you make me alive. So let's get hitched. I do.
All right, well, hold on now. Does anyone in this room have any objections or reasons why this couple should not be married?
Hey, wait. Oh my God, standing up. That's my astrologer.
Yes, I have an objection. I just discovered that there is a problem in Saturn's conjunction with Mercury.
Wait a minute. I can see right through you. You were trying to trick me into marrying you, weren't you? You didn't want me to have a wife. You wanted to be my wife.
No. Honestly, I was trying to save you from death.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you one chance. Tiffany, Cindy, get out of here.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Come on up here, and I'll marry you if you want.
I'm a humble servant of the stars. What should I be doing?
If you're going to keep me alive.
Sorry, my voice has changed a little bit because I just have a little bit of a cough. But we're gathered here once again, all of you who are still here. I mean, thanks for staying around to marry. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
My name is Dr. Lewiston.
Okay, so Doctor is your first name. Doctor and Tim. Right?
Tim, no last name.
Yeah, sorry. These cough drops are just like loaded.
Lewiston, that sounds like a Belarusian name. Wait, are you from the old country?
I'm trying to do a reading very, very quickly, and it is difficult for me. In part because I cannot quite find my position in this chart.
Oh, you know what? I can help you with that. It's because you actually have to look at that in a mirror. It's the mirror image. That's what I learned from my Belarusian ancestors. Look at it in this mirror and tell me.
It is becoming clear to me. If you marry Tiffany Cindy, you will live and go to London. But if you marry me, we'll move to Arizona and you'll die. You should not marry me. You should stick with the good girl.
Okay, like I said, all I'm trying to do is stay alive here.
Reverend, I withdraw my objections. I fully support this marriage now.
Tim, I don't know if it's the cough drops or the light in this church, but you look incredibly beautiful to me at this moment, and
I hereby pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Come here, Tim. Meanwhile, in Minsk. Oh, Tim, this Parcheesi game is the most complex board game I've ever played. It's the way your brain works is just it's extraordinary.
Well, the only reason I took the job at the cold storage facility is because my brain was acting so fast. I needed something to cool it and to make it not run as fast because I didn't know what I was doing. But now that I'm out in the world and here in Minsk, and I was very surprised when they gave us that upgrade from London to Minsk. But
yeah, and it's just great that our thong store is doing really well, and my marriage business has really taken off. I mean, the Belarusians really seem to be a people who want to get married.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that we came back to my roots.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm so glad that you actually said yes to that date so long ago.
Yeah. Why don't we have some chicken?
Oh, that sounds wonderful, dear. I love you so much.
And das ist the end of our improv.
And it all started in a cold storage facility at a chicken farm.
An impetuosity.
Chirality. I'm glad you got the mirror in there. That was really good. That was nice. That I felt that something happened there. Something kind of, occurred.
Do we immediately shift into our process, or do we like do a pause and then do the thing again? It varies time by time.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that I can also like cut it if we want to put. Yeah, because I can't remember if we put the.
Fine. That's fine.
I couldn't remember if we put the music in between them or not, but.
Well, sorry about my constantly changing accent for the doctor, but it started off very German, and then it went a little Asian, and it did all sorts of things.
I could always tell who you were.
Yeah. When you first did it, I lost my mind. That just killed me. German astrologers, maybe I have like a weakness for German astrologers. It killed me. That just killed me. But all right, so what did we get in there? We got chirality. Is that all we got in there?
Chirality.
Did we talk about chicken before?
No, because it's a chicken farm.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm really not trying to get stuff in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, again, it's a bonus. But
I was trying to get names right, and I didn't do it because I think you changed from like Claire to Tiffany to Cindy and Sheila.
I thought I heard Tiffany. I was sure.
I think I had
Tiffany.
originally asked if your sister Tiffany
that's what I heard.
was in there.
That's right.
But again,
we may need to write these names down or something.
But it became a thing. It became a gag.
But like for our listener, like the fact that we're like not getting the names time after time, they're gonna say like, well, these guys.
Well,
I mean, justify it. That's why she was Tiffany Cindy.
Yeah.
Some people call her Tiffany. Some people call her Cindy.
Will Hines actually had a column, or in his newsletter, he actually wrote about how every improver has trouble with names.
Yes.
It's just a thing. It's just the way our brains work. So if Will Hines says you're supposed to have trouble with names, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, it's not a problem.
And it's just like in real life. If someone calls you the wrong name, you'd be like, no, I'm Jacob.
Yeah.
Like.
I had a good strategy for you though, because I just called you Donald.
Oh yeah,
Donald Glover behind you.
So that came in.
Exactly.
So yeah, if people don't know, I don't know if we talked about Donald Glover on the beginning part of the podcast, but Donald Glover is sitting right behind me, giving me a lot of support.
He's a very handsome man.
Which is really fantastic.
Favorite?
I like I said, when you came out with the accent for the astrologer, I don't know, that just kind of killed me.
I enjoyed the game of like life or death, marriage or death. I thought that was
wife or death.
Wife or death, yes, wife or death.
Was my favorite. I don't know. I thought that the dynamic between the Jake and the sister was good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we, other than a few times, stuck pretty well to like the characters that we had embodied.
It got a little confusing at the end, but otherwise,
yeah, I was to say like it progressed. Like as we went farther along, it got more complicated. It got a little muddier, but
yeah, it's interesting. Like people, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but like we've in our bigger improv group, we've been trying to do stuff with narrative, and we. At least at first, we ran into a lot of roadblocks. We were having a lot of trouble, and it was interesting when we came here, just with the three of us. All of a sudden, it was a little bit easier to do narrative stuff. And one theory I had was it's just easier to do narrative with fewer people. Mm-hmm. But the tricky part is when you want to kind of have two people in the same room. Right, that kind of thing. And so like there was that part where you wanted to have I knew you wanted to have the astrologer come up, and then I was like, okay, well maybe I can try and take over the priest,
right,
or something. And so it's that's like the one place where it's like, oh, we want these two people to talk, And what happens if like the two people you want to get together in the end are played by one person?
I mean, I've heard it before where one person just has a conversation
switch.
with themselves.
Well, I did that in the oil change waiting room between Barry and Greg, the deep voice guy and the medium voice guy.
Okay.
So it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was fine that you became the priest.
Was it? I don't know. I think
Maybe
it might have been a little confusing.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Maybe. Yeah.
yeah. Who knows? I mean, it definitely wasn't. I mean, it definitely at least was explained. So.
And this was our first kind of classic love story improv with the happy ending wedding, which is kind of the archetypal comedic form.
What about Red Bull? Didn't they kind of get together at the end?
Red Bull. Oh yes,
Yeah.
they did. Yes,
Yeah.
they did. They went through a long dark night of the relationship.
But they got
emerged
together.
That's
They
right.
got together.
They did. Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
There are only so many ways to end a story.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's either love or death.
That's pretty much it. Comedy or tragedy.
Yeah.
Those are two of them.
All right, fearless leader.
All right. Well, another one in the can. Oh,
That's right.
we should mention as we're doing the outro and promos and whatnot that we are. I mean, hopefully, if you're listening to this, you have found it on one of the many podcast platforms that it is available on. But it is now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Oh, that might be going away. I don't know.
And the live one with the cameras is on Netflix.
Yeah. And so if you haven't already, even if you are listening to this on one of those platforms, please do subscribe and make sure that you are informed every time a new episode comes out, which is just about weekly-ish. Yeah. So that's it. Anything else? Anyone else? Apparently, and if you're... Now, this should come out before June 18th. So if you're... interested in improv and in the Ithaca area, then that's a lot of eyes.
Come to the deep dive.
Come to the deep dive, June
Tuesday,
18th.
June 18th, and see the bronze medalists.
See the bronze medalists yucking it up, doing some long form scenes based on stories that. It's a storytelling one, right? Where they get to.
I don't think it is.
I think it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
we'll
and
see.
check out thirdplaceithaca.com. If you're in the area and want to do some improv, there are bi-weekly jams and information about our shows and all kinds of other fun stuff.
Yep. Great. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks a lot. Impetuosity out.
We love you.